Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, your host, here with my co-host and co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
We are coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. And we have another fun show for you. It's kind of a continuation of a series of Las Vegas shows that we've been doing, pinpointing and highlighting the local places in Vegas that you need to experience as soon as you possibly can. It's long overdue. Now, we talked some about cocktail lounges and those kind of experiences. Now we're going to talk about restaurants.
Our favorite topic.
Food, right?
Yes.
Some of the best restaurants in the city. That's going to include some Vegas classics. Okay. Some of the ones that have been around for a while. Ones that are catered toward influencers. Go there, take all the pictures that you want. Some places where you could spot celebrities, clubs, all kinds of stuff, and even brand new places that you should have and add to your list. So, like you said, this is kind of our favorite subject.
Absolutely.
It always comes back to food.
It does always come back to food for us. But honestly, I think it comes back to food for most people.
It really does.
And anytime someone we know who is coming to Vegas, or we run into people who are in Vegas and they're new, as a local, we always get asked, hey, where should I go eat? What's a good place to go to dinner? And this is the show for those people. We're going to tell you some of those classic Vegas places, some brand new places that just opened, and I believe even one that isn't even open yet.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Vegas is, I think it's very unique in the fact that we do have some restaurants that stretch back in time, but Vegas is not built on nostalgia, in a sense that it keeps things around for very long.
Right.
They tear down and build up casinos, hotels, resorts all the time. The whole city almost is under construction 100 times, 100% of the year, every single year.
Yeah.
All the roads, everything else. And that's no different than the restaurants, or to the restaurants and everything. So that we have a group of restaurants in this town that are a few years old is kind of surprising to me. But they stay popular, they remain popular, and I guess profitable for the owners. So they get to stick around in a city like this.
Well, for me, the Vegas Classics we're going to talk about, they've been around for more than just a few years. We're talking about 50 plus years in Vegas, going back to like Vegas heyday. So if you want that old classic feeling, these first few restaurants are where you need to go.
Well, let's start with my favorite restaurant. As far as the Vegas classics, that's the Peppermill.
Yeah, it's so fun in there. It's hard to explain it to people. Like if you're like, there's like trees and neon lights.
It looks like old Vegas threw up on the inside, added a dash of neon and said, hey, we're also going to serve really good food and giant drinks. And that's everything you would want from a Vegas restaurant.
Do you remember when we went and that drink that you got, and it was so big that people at all the tables around us kept asking us, what was that? And they were wanting to take pictures of your drink.
I have fuzzy memories of it. Yes. That was one of their signatures, the Scorpion.
Yes.
64 ounces of, it's 2 shots of rum, vodka, cherry brandy, and it's served to you in a giant glass, and people will stop and they will take pictures. And I let them, I think, I remember making friends with a table of people.
You happily took pictures for the bachelorette party at the next table over.
Yes. And that is a promise. That is a Peppermill promise right there. Tell them I sent you from the show. But it really is. I mean, in fact, a testament to how good it's not just the gaudiness of the restaurant, but 2024 saw them collect the America's Classic Award for the Southwest region for the James Beard Awards.
Really?
And that's a really big deal. And I believe it's their first James Beard, but I mean, these things are hard to come by. It's like winning an Oscar for a restaurant. So, I think the Peppermill opened in 1972. And for it to come all of this way, and now it's still winning awards and still being recognized, it says something about the brand overall.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So congrats to them. And if you're wondering where the Peppermill is, it is on the Strip, but it's kind of tucked away a little bit. It's more on the north side of the Strip.
Yep.
I believe after the Encore, the Win and the Encore, and then there's something else, and then sitting back a little bit from the street is the Pepper Mill. So you may have driven by it, didn't even realize it if you weren't looking in that direction, but it's an interesting place. If you've never been, you have to go check it out.
The next one is the Golden Steer. The Golden Steer is literally old school Vegas. It opened in 1958. This was the place where the Rat Pack, Frank Sinatra and that group, they hung out after they had shows. In fact, they hung out there so much, Frank Sinatra has his own signature booth with a little plaque there. This was the place where all the celebrities went. Elvis, Muhammad Ali, everyone. If you did a show or a fight in Vegas, you found your way over to the Golden Steer. The Golden Steer is fun in a Vegas sense because you wouldn't recognize it. You wouldn't even look past where it is,
right,
if you didn't know about it, because it's in this little kind of almost a seedy looking shopping center.
Right, it is.
Off of West Sahara. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's a little bit off strip. You drive by it and you're like, you have to look twice and go, why is there a line of people standing at this place? And if you didn't know what the Golden Steer was, you wouldn't think twice.
Exactly. You had mentioned it to me a couple of times, and I remember we were coming back from leaving the strip and going down Sahara to get to the highway. And I just happened to look over and I was like, is that the restaurant you've been telling me we have to go eat at? Because it looks a little bit unassuming is a nice way of putting it. And you're like, yeah, that's it. And honestly, if you would not have told me this is one of those places, this is classic Vegas, I never would have even attempted to go in this place.
Yeah. Golden Steer, usually if people ask hey, I want to go to somewhere what's one of Vegas's signature places to go? Mm-hmm. Usually Golden Steer is at or near the top of the list with good reason. They still serve up incredible steaks. I mean, if you go through any of the review systems, whether you go to Google or Yelp or anything like that, you can just look at the reviews and see that, it's a classic steakhouse, but it's that old Vegas charm and that nostalgia and everything that you want. So you're going to have a good time. You're going to eat some good food. Kind of like Capo's. Capo's Italian restaurant, and it's also a speakeasy.
Right.
I've been there before. I went there for drinks. That was my first introduction to it. And I didn't know anything about it. This was years ago, when we first moved to Vegas. And I was looking at it, and it just says ring the bell. Right. At one of the doors, and I was like, what is this? I stood there. I was like, I can't get in. I was about to call the guy I was meeting. I was like, I don't know how to get into this restaurant. And he was like, oh, no, ring the bell, and someone's going to, slide it's a speakeasy to it as well, and it's inside. It looks like Al Capone is going to walk out and either serve you a plate of spaghetti or line you up against a wall, if you know what I mean.
This does take you back to Prohibition era, inside mafia. Oh, can we even say mafia? I don't know. But Prohibition, that, just that feel. It's really neat looking. I mean, and again, this is another one of those buildings that when you see the outside, you're like, I would never go in there. But once you know what's inside, it's totally worth it. And the whole, there's not really a grand entrance. You do have to kind of find your way in. Just adds to the appeal of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice and dark. They do have live music on certain nights, but it is, you can sit at the bar and get food and just do whatever. It's a favorite amongst locals. That's where you can still, we'll talk a little bit more about places you can see celebrities, but people that have lived in Vegas for a while that are celebrities, you'll find them at Capo's.
Right.
Or you think you see them through the dark at Capo's. So a lot of fun. There's a ton of places. Top Opinion Steakhouse, Atomic Liquors that we've talked about at length before, and Tacos El Gordo, which that's all classic tacos. Vegas, right? Always tacos. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. Talking some of those classic Vegas restaurants you need to hit as soon as possible. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-host Aim.
Hi.
Coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. Remember, for all of our past episodes and interviews, check out unscaledtravelshow.com. We really do appreciate it. We're talking about the Vegas restaurants that you need to hit as soon as possible. 60 million people a year come to Las Vegas. Chances are you're one of them. And once you get here, you got to have a plan. So past episodes, we've given you best cocktail lounge experiences. Now we're talking about best restaurant experiences, talking about some of those classic Vegas restaurants. But now I want to turn our attention to, like it or not, the power of influencers, the power of the foodies out there. There are a lot of good ones like Keith Lee. There are a lot of questionable ones, the ones that go to restaurants and try to start trouble. But there are some food critics out there and food reviewers that are really kind of changing the game and how people approach where they go and eat, where they spend their money, right? So these places, one of them isn't even open yet, but I know it's going to be a hit for these for influencers, and a few other ones have some fun dishes. One is local that blew up recently, and it was a Keith Lee inspired food truck that now has a brick and mortar, but also a food truck that kind of moved into our area.
Right.
That's 303 in the Cut.
Right. We just tried it for the first time.
Yeah.
We got a Philly cheesesteak and then 2 of their 3 desserts that you had been sent. Like every time you would see them on Instagram, you would send me the post like, look at this. Doesn't it look good?
Yeah.
So finally we were like, we have no dinner plans. Let's go over there and try it. And it was really good. I was very happy with that cheesesteak. I love cheesesteak.
Yeah.
And I know you were just in love with the tiramisu.
Oh my gosh. And they have so many items that I want to try, but we did. We got the Philly cheesesteak, we got the tiramisu, and we got the cheesecake sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which is amazing. All of it was amazing.
It was good. I don't want to give it away, but what's in the sandwich is one of my personal favorite flavor combinations, I would say. So it was a nice little surprise because I had no idea why it was a cheesecake sandwich. And then we got it and you start picking it apart, like trying to figure it out. And it was really, really good.
Don't want to give away too much.
Exactly.
But that's 303 in the Cut. I got to meet the owner for a quick second. We chatted for a moment, and really, really super nice guy. The staff seems to be happy what they're doing, and they're always, they're really big on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, or wherever they are, but really huge numbers. And it has to do with that, almost what they call the Keith Lee effect.
Yeah.
And, he has a positive influence on a lot of really great restaurants. So good for them and expanding what they're doing. And I'm so happy that they're, not too far away from us now.
Yeah. And another one that just opened not too far away from us is a burger place. And I personally don't understand what the name of the place has to do with burgers, but it's memorable. It's called With Love Always.
With Love Always. This is the same team that opened a really successful string of smaller ice cream shops, creameries called Sorry Not Sorry. There you go. So they're very good with the names there, because With Love Always, it's kind of their calling and love letter to back to Vegas, because you're going to have smash burgers and fries and hand dipped ice cream cones and all of that. But the biggest part is just right now they opened this concept up and there are still an hour-long wait for these burgers, and they're getting huge reviews. They're getting all kinds of love from people from around the world are stopping through Vegas and making it a point to go to With Love Always.
Yeah, and this is a tiny little location. I think there's maybe 5 tables in there. So you're probably going to pick it up to go. But just know, like, if people are still waiting an hour to get these burgers and they've been open a few months now, these must be really good burgers.
Smash burgers, what they call love sauce.
Sounds gross.
I am not in love with that, but I don't know what's in it. I need to try it. And it's another location that's pretty close to us that I keep waiting for the crowds to die down a little bit, but every time I turn around, they're on social media And they're really good at social media. Their social media team, I don't know if it's the owners or they put someone in charge of it, but they're really good at what they're doing. And it just keeps restoking the fire.
Right.
And the crowds aren't dying down. So
I mean,
one day we might just have to go.
We talked about going for lunch one day, but we drove by there and there was already a crowd of people outside. And I just did not feel like waiting.
You were hangry. And I was like, I am not catching the wrath. Another great place recently making the rounds on social media, on TikTok in particular. And I think it was a gentleman from England. He had stopped through and he went to a place called Super Mario's Pizza. Yes. It sounds just as awesome as it is, right? And they have regular pizzas and they're all very good because if you go to the reviews, they have outstanding reviews on just their regular pizzas. What sets them apart is they have what they call the King Pizza. The King Pizza is 18 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
It's 45 inches long and 20 inches wide. And it's made with 5 pounds of cheese.
Oh my, wow.
They do have a King Pizza super special. Okay. It's a 2-topping or a specialty topping pizza with either 20 chicken fingers or 40 buffalo wings and a 2-liter bottle of soda. Cause you got to have that soda right here in America. That'll run you almost $200, but it's going to feed a lot of people.
Wow.
Or just one guy who's doing a food challenge, apparently. It's crazy.
The thing about this pizza place is they don't just do pizza. They also do Mexican food. And you know how much I love Mexican food and pizza. And so they do some pizzas with Mexican food toppings. So I really want to go and try their birria pizza.
Birria pizza.
It looks incredible. And fun fact for you, because you always have fun facts for me.
All right.
But did you know that the most sold cheese in the entire world is mozzarella by far? And it is because of the world's consumption of pizza.
Really?
Yes. Like no other cheese comes close to how much the world consumes mozzarella.
Oh, so every time pizza prices go up, you got to think big mozzarella is behind all of this conspiracy. The other place, we've mentioned them before. They're not even open yet, that a lot of people are going to get a kick out of. It's called Netflix Bites. Now, a while back, they did a pop-up inside of a Los Angeles hotel. It went really, really well. So Netflix is diving right back into the restaurant business, excuse me. This time they're opening one on the Las Vegas Strip, and it's going to be inside MGM Grand. It's going to feature food and drinks, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all inspired by their hit shows. So takes food on Stranger Things, Bridgerton. You can have high tea like the Bridgerton crew. Squid Game, where you will eat and then be shot. Love is Blind. Too Hot to Handle. Floor is Lava. Nailed It, which is going to be interesting because that's about messing up.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. Show. So I think it's going to be fun. I think people are going to have a blast with Netflix Bites. And once it comes out, I'm really looking forward to seeing the videos and everything. So
you've already made reservations for us.
There we go.
We will be there.
Keep it right here. It's Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I think I scared you.
You did.
I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
After she changes her pants, she will join me. We're talking about some of the best restaurants in Vegas you need to try right now. You put it off for way too long. We've given you some classic restaurants, some classic Vegas, even stuff. Hey, if you're an influencer, why are you not following me? I need subscribers. I need followers. And you're being selfish. Now, let's turn our attention to supper clubs.
Right.
The rise of the supper club again in America has been something amazing to witness.
Yeah, I think people are having this like nostalgia for the good old days, maybe. This time when you go out to dinner, but it's more than just dinner. It's dinner and a show. It's dinner and a concert. It's something. And that's where these supper clubs are coming back into play, because you're not just going and sitting down somewhere and having a meal. You're being entertained in the process. And yeah, you pay a little bit more for your food, but if you think about if you were going to pay for dinner and go see a show, you're actually coming out a little bit ahead, I think. Yeah.
I think people, like you said, they are longing for the place where you can dress up again. Okay. Where a dress code is enforced.
Yeah.
Because if you're now, no offense to diners and burger places and pizza places, but if you're going to spend $30 for a hamburger and things like that, well, you know what? I might as well take that money, go get me a nice steak, or give me some ribs, something along those, smoked salmon.
I'm wondering where you're getting that for $30. There is a thing called inflation.
In an alley.
You can barely find a burger for $30 in Vegas now.
I don't know. My point was people want to dress up now and go out and, hear some music, some live music from really talented musicians. So when we talk about luxury and places like that, the first name that comes to mind is Wynn. The Wynn Las Vegas is hands down the most luxurious property in the entire city. My opinion, their awards and their service always back it up. And inside the Wynn, you're going to find one of these places that we've talked about multiple times over multiple episodes, and that's a restaurant called Delilah.
Right. It is one of those places that you are taken to another time. You step out of 2025 and you are taken back in time, and you go to your point. You want to fit in with that. So hopefully you don't show up in your football jersey and jeans, because I don't think they're going to let you in. They do have a dress code, but it feels like something you would see in an old movie.
Yeah. This is like socialites and, hobnobbers of the special kind, but you're also going to have this showroom that is clearly inspired by the showrooms of 1950s Las Vegas, where the entertainment, grand baby piano,
right,
and the singer in the sequin dress and, all that are going to be center point, because they're there to entertain you along with your meal. And they do have a little bubble bar, what they call the little bubble bar, that you can just go get a drink if you just want to get a drink, but it's first come, first serve, and it's a very small bar. But the rest of it, this is where you get to show up and show out. We mentioned really quickly about where to spot celebrities. Yeah, this is going to be one of those places as well. People that are out, the people that know. And the people that know are going to Delilah. And this is, in the past, you've seen people like Ben Affleck and, movie stars from LA. If they're doing deals here in Vegas or whatever, they're at restaurants like this.
Right.
Because they can just kind of blend in with everyone else.
And Delilah is one of those places that has a rule that you are not allowed to have your phones out, take photos strict. Or video of people. So it's a little bit of a protected environment for the people there. But this is what they are calling an homage to the glamour of Hollywood.
Absolutely.
And inside the Wynn, there's so many great places to eat, fine dining. This is just one of them, but you can, if you want to go out and be seen, the Wynn is the place to go eat dinner.
Absolutely. When you're there, try the beef Wellington. People just rave about it. The pineapple upside down cake. Oh my gosh. I dream about it. All right. But be warned, no filming, no photos. Security will walk up to you. They will tell you to put your phone away.
Right.
They do it too many times. They'll escort you out.
They will.
This year, they're proud to announce that they have a James Beard semifinalist for Outstanding Professional in Beverage Service. And that is Christy Norman. They're at Delilah. So they're collecting big time international awards. That is really good for them. Congratulations. The other one is across the way a little bit, when we've experienced the Mayfair Supper Club.
Right. I was so excited.
Inside the Bellagio.
I was so excited when you booked a table for us at the Mayfair for my birthday last year. I will say they're not exactly clear when they say there is an after dark show, exactly what that is. And we ended up being there to catch the tail end of the regular show and move into the after dark show. Personal opinion is the main show that they have every night until I think it's 10 p.m. Great. We caught the last maybe 15 minutes of it. It was really good. They had a singer, they had a live band. It is what you think of when you think of a 50s, 60s supper club.
Mm-hmm.
The After Dark show is what you think of when you think Vegas late night. It was more like girls dancing in skimpy clothes and a contortionist that I think was maybe in like a bikini or something. It was like odd and a little bit risque and not, to me, fitting with the aesthetic of the Mayfair Club.
That's a ringing endorsement. I hope people are signing up for it.
No, I mean, I really feel like if you go for the earlier show, like the main show, you are going to be very, very happy. And I wish we would have had earlier reservations. We didn't know. We didn't know what it was. So I don't want other people to experience what we did, thinking they're going to get one show and they get another. But the Mayfair Club is in a really cool location in the Bellagio. It's right in the front. So there are windows that overlook the fountains behind you. So it's a really neat environment to be in. But depending on what show you're looking for, just be aware. After 10, it's a different show.
That's very true. If you go on their website and it says Mayfair After Dark, you see an image of a singer, and that might be true. I don't know. Try the prime rib when you go, though. It's an Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-host Amy.
Hi.
For all of our past episodes and interviews, check us out, unscaledtravelshow.com. We put all of our episodes on different podcasting platforms. So whether you listen to your podcasts on Apple or Spotify or any of the major ones, we're there. We are so thankful for all of you that subscribe and follow, and most importantly, share our show. We appreciate it. So we are talking about the restaurants in Vegas that you need to try now. And they all have varying degrees of why you should try them now. Some are classics, some are brand new, and some are geared toward influencers. Some are
just an experience you can't even explain, like the group we're about to get into.
So let's talk about the company called Spiegelworld.
Right.
Spiegelworld is behind, technically, they are an American comedic theater company. They started out creating some of the most beloved, raunchiest, well-received shows in Las Vegas. If you've been here and you've seen any of the shows such as Absinthe or Atomic Saloon, The Hook, or their brand new one called Disco Show. They've had past ones like Opium at Cosmopolitan. All of these shows are created by this company called Spiegelworld. And recently, over the last couple of years, Spiegelworld has also gotten into restaurants, more specifically restaurant concepts where they put their own blend and brand of comedy on display while you eat, while you are there. It's almost like dinner and a show with their own twist.
Yes. So we have been hearing about Absinthe for years and years, and we finally were invited to go see Absinthe because of your wonderful work.
Yeah.
And we did not understand when they said it's a no pants party, what exactly that meant. We're standing in line to go in, and there were quite a few people there not wearing pants, which was humorous in itself. But once we saw the show, we understood. But part of that came this new food option that they have outside of the Absinthe Theater. They have the Green Fairy Garden, and there's a few different food trucks out there, and one of them was serving the no pants burger.
Yeah. The No Pants Burger. And see, this was a food concept by them, something they branched out and did. They always had like a little food truck available. If you've been to Caesar's Palace, you've seen the circus top tent outside. That's where you see absinthe. Okay. It's big and it's been around for almost a decade now, or over a decade now. So it's iconic now to the Strip. And they have always served little bites of food, but Spiegel World said, you know what? We think we can do it better, or at least put our own stamp on it. Right. So the No Pants Burger, which you don't have to have no pants on to order this. So just let me clarify, but it's 2 short rib blended patties with grilled onions, American cheese, if that's your thing, dill pickles, mustard, and a secret sauce. Okay. Now it sounds like not any other burger, but a lot of burgers across town. But when they came out with this, apparently this burger is so good that they were having to, they at least had discussions about expanding their open times and their encore times and all the different timings around the actual show, because so many people were standing in line to get food, including this No Pants Burger. And that's a win in my book. When people are willing, again, when we went for the 10th anniversary show, remember it was in the dead of winter.
It was.
It was so cold and people were wearing no pants.
Yes.
And if people are willing and with no pants on to stand in the cold to get a burger, that tells me that burger is good.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, because at that time, they only would let you into the garden if you had tickets, and you were only allowed in maybe 30 minutes before the show started. And they were trying to shoo people into the theater so they could start the show, because so many people were standing out there eating the burgers. So if a burger has people standing in the cold without clothes on to eat it, it must be a good burger, right?
And I'm going to let you in on a secret. At that same time, they opened up a very secret speakeasy that you have to ask for by name when you're in the Green Garden area. If you ask for it by name by the workers, to the workers, they'll escort you to it, but you have to ask for it. They won't let you just walk around to where it is. So that's your own little fun. You can go find out what that is. They also have another concept called Super Frico. This is at Cosmopolitan. And this is your kind of ultimate be all, end all, taste all. It's almost like a food house party. And people are just absolutely raving about Super Frico.
Right. It's a show. There's bars, there's lounges, there's dining rooms. It's all these things mixed into one. Like you can't really explain what it is. You just have to go experience it for yourself. Yeah. And I will say, finding Super Frico in the Cosmopolitan is a little bit of an adventure on its own. It is not near anything else. You have to be looking for it to find it. So just getting there is your first adventure of the night. And then once you walk in, so many things to experience. Like you really can't explain.
Yeah. It's almost a little madhouse.
Yes.
Like if you were to twist like a more twisted Alice in Wonderland kind of feel to it, but it is like this house party vibe. It is all in fun and everything. And even there, now they've doubled down into the speakeasy thing because there's another speakeasy called the Ski Lodge. Yes. They do the difference in this speakeasy. They do serve little bites. They have little pizzas and stuff. And you do have to find this, which again, trying to find Super Frico in the Cosmo is a little side adventure. Yay. It might take you half the night. Finding the Ski Lodge is something else entirely. It's just fun wrapped in fun. Right.
And I love that you mentioned Alice in Wonderland, because the Cosmo has this weird Alice in Wonderland thing running through
they love it. Yeah.
It's so fitting. And then their newest Spiegel World experience, I don't know what else to call it, is in the Link, right?
Absolutely. Because they have a show, we mentioned Disco Show. They have a wonderful concept called Diner Ross. Yes, it is a play on words, Diner Ross, okay. But it's a finer diner experience, right? It's tucked away inside the Disco Show. So you can go there and eat, but burger steaks, disco fries, dirty martini salad. Okay. Shrimp on the rocks. There you go. Just some of the stuff you read. Cherry palomas, mind erasers. Yeah. You get lit and then go see Disco Show. That is a good time. And you're at the Link. You can go ride the high roller and that is Vegas in a nutshell right there, man. That's so much fun. Keep it right here. It's Unskilled Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-explorer, Aim.
Hello.
She's giving me this look like you need to hurry up. And I'm trying my best.
This talking about food is making me hungry.
We're coming to you, beautiful Las Vegas. I don't know. We're in Las Vegas, Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. Yep, that's where we are. We're talking. I'm hungry now. I'm just looking at menus for so long. Now, we are talking about some of the Vegas restaurants that you need to hit now, you need to put on your list. So when you visit, when you're one of the 60 million people a year that come to Las Vegas, you can have a plan in place that you can make reservations before you get here, and you and your giant group of friends are loud and fiving in the middle of the walkways. You'll have somewhere to go, and you're not just like, oh, I wonder if we can get into this really high-end place or this new and exciting place, and we'll just walk up. No, you need a reservation to most of these places, right?
Right.
This is me. I'm like, am I right? I don't know. Am I just old man yelling at clouds right now?
Well, I would say, we're going to talk about some of our actual favorites, places we go back to. And a couple of these, we do highly recommend you have reservations because depending on the night, if you don't have reservations, you just won't get in. Mm-hmm. So if we know that we are going to be eating at, I'm going to start with my favorite, Dente Fung in the Aria. We make reservations.
Yeah. Highly recommended because they book out weeks in advance. Now, Dente Fung originally came out of Los Angeles. They had a couple of concepts there, moved over to Aria Hotel Resorts, and they have absolutely blown up. And it not only is it incredible food, it's a beautiful restaurant.
Right. And it's so good. Yeah. It is Taiwanese cuisine. Don't call it Chinese food because they don't like that. No. It's Taiwanese. And it is the best Taiwanese food I have ever eaten. And I can say that with confidence because I think it's probably the only Taiwanese food I've ever eaten, but it is so good. And what I love about it is they have a menu, but basically you order everything in the little steamer baskets. So you'll order a basket of the buns or a basket of rolls or a basket of whatever. And it all comes out with like 4 to 6 in it, depending on what it is you order. We know what we love so much that we're like, we're going to start off with 3 baskets of that and 2 baskets of this because I want my own basket.
Yeah. They're famous for their bao buns, their little dumplings that they cook. They have their, I don't even know. They're so good, right? But even the pork chop and fried rice and all the different things, pot stickers, everything else that you would find in there. I mean, they have absolutely blown up. Anytime people ask me, where should I eat? I start there.
Right, me too.
I start with Dente Fung and then work your way back. Oh, no, I want something else. Okay, well, here's something else. But if you're going to ask me for a recommendation off the top of my head, Dente Fung. And it's easy to get to because it's like in the center of the strip. But you do need reservations. I mean, sometimes you can get lucky and they'll have like a 5:30 or something like that.
Right.
But you need to kind of work ahead again with all of this other stuff. Kind of like our other, maybe 1B to the 1A of Dente Fung. That would be inside the Venetian at Sushi Samba.
So good.
Sushi Samba. Good. Yeah. Sushi Samba is kind of this fusion between sushi, like Japanese food, and what is it, like Brazilian? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a good twist, a good fusion of these two cultures coming together. Some people might be thrown off by it because they do have very close tables.
Yes.
So I mean, there are some tables that are spread farther apart and everything, but most of their tables, especially if you're in a smaller party, like 2 to 4 people, they do have these very close together tables.
You are you're basically having dinner with the table next to you.
Yeah.
We found that out.
Get comfortable.
We eat here, I would say regularly. And usually they do have 2 dining rooms. The front dining room is where the bar is. It's a little bit louder. There's music playing. They even have it's not movies, but things being projected on the walls. And it's a whole feeling in there. But the tables are very close together.
Yeah.
If you do happen to get taken to the back dining room, the tables are a little more spread apart. It's a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
Depending on what filling you're going for, I think maybe you can request to be in one space or the other. But the food is so good. So good. I can't even describe how good the food is.
I think we are right there. But it's on the second level of the Venetian, and it's pretty close to the front check-in counter. You go right up the escalator, and it's right around the corner. So it's really easy to get to, even if you're on the casino floor or whatever. But the Venetian, again, one of these properties that has no shortage of options when it comes to dining.
Right.
But this is hands down our favorite place. And we, as Vegas locals, yes, we do have this kind of love-hate relationship with the Strip.
That's a good way of putting it.
When we go down there and it's just us, we're not either entertaining clients or entertaining friends that are coming into town. It is, Sushi Samba is the place where we put down roots.
Right. And we just did try another new place in the Venetian not too long ago that I thought was really good. Chica's. It's like upscale Mexican food. But they also had a lot of seafood. And I know you were eating oysters and other things. Yeah. And I was just in love with the Mexican food. But they had that incredible dessert.
Yes. The Chica's has the flaming skull dessert where it's a whole presentation. I put it on my Instagram and TikTok, by the way, so you need to go check it out. But they bring out a chocolate skull, they light it on fire, it melts down, reveals the inside, and everyone,
oohs and ahs.
Everyone oohs and ahs because all the tables that didn't get it are like, oh, what did they get? Right. And you're just taking pictures like, I'm a big shot, but it's definitely a table, the whole table can join in and get this one dessert. But the flaming skull is absolutely
good.
A favorite.
Yeah, and I know you're not a big cheese eater, but I had the whipped goat cheese. It was so good. Yeah, I would just go back and eat that.
Yeah, you kept talking about it.
It was incredible. Yeah,
in fact,
I was just at the Venetian for work, and I so badly wanted to go into Chica's just to get some whipped goat cheese to go.
And it's a fun restaurant too. The later it gets, everything in Vegas turns into a nightclub, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is kind of the same. At a certain point on the weekends, they do have live music, which amps the crowd up, and people they were handing out sparklers,
and we didn't know what was going on.
We didn't know what was going on. We thought we were caught in the middle of something, and they handed don't let me drink alcohol and then hand me fireworks. Okay. That's rule number 1. We have that on our wall in the house, actually. Live, laugh, love, and don't hand Jeremy fireworks after he's been drinking. And, but they were handing out these sparklers, and just kind of everyone was having a good time. A DJ started up some music, and had people just dancing through the aisles. It was just kind of like a fun reprieve. The music does eventually die down. The dancing and stuff does die down, and people go back to kind of eating, but it is like this fun experience.
Yeah. And I think that was the start of the live band, because when we were walking out, a band was setting up in place right there kind of in the front by the bar. So again, on the weekends, live entertainment, just kind of a bit of a party atmosphere, but really, really good food.
Yeah, really fun. And we mentioned this one earlier, and it's more well known for being a bar than it is a restaurant, but Atomic Liquors. Mm-hmm. Atomic Liquor is... Well, I mean, it's old school. It is Vegas. It is literally the place. I think it opened in 1952. And it literally has the first liquor sale license for the city. The number on its plaque says 0001.
So it is the original bar in Las Vegas.
This is the bar that used to sell tickets where you could sit on the roof and watch the atomic explosions that were happening in the nearby desert, that people were just like, hey, sign me up for cancer. People were doing that.
Crazy.
It was only, these atomic tests were 65 miles away. And I think it was like 25 cents a ticket or something crazy like that. And you could sit on the roof and watch an atomic blast and get blasted at the same time. with some spirits and some beers and things. And it was a good old time. But Atomic Liquor's another great spot to find celebrities.
Right.
If you're looking for them. Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-host Amy.
Hi.
We are in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios.
Did you forget where we were?
No, I keep staring at menus of food, and I am so distracted right now. We're talking about some of the best Las Vegas restaurant experiences that you need to put on your calendar for when you come here. You need to check them out. We have gone through a list of classic places in Vegas, new places. We're going to get to those. And places for influencers, or, we've given you some inside tips on whether, places you can go to see celebrities. Mm-hmm. And now let's talk about what Vegas is really about. Okay? Extravagance. Just opulence. All of the big words that I had to write down because I don't know what they mean, but I know they mean grand, right?
Right.
Just over-the-top experiences.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. A lot of these places that we're going to talk about do have other locations, but their location in Vegas does something unique or special to set it apart from their other restaurants.
Yeah, and it's not always just high prices. Now, some of these, yes, we are going to get into it. Some of them are absurd, or maybe not. Maybe you have the type of financial situation where you can go drop $1,000 on a steak that we're going to talk about. Some of these are just really cool experiences, and they're kind of new, mm-hmm. and they're tied into like bigger things like TV shows, hint, hint, or they're just really kind of older Vegas places that people like to go and kind of hide away. And celebrities kind of show up there, and it's well known that they just have really good food. It's a little mix of all of those things.
Yeah.
But let's jump in, right? The first one that comes to mind anytime when people ask me, hey, I want to take my boss somewhere nice. We're coming in. We got this conference. Where can I take him? I'm like, oh, you want to really impress the boss? And also, do you have the company card? You're going to need it. That's Nusret.
You have to spell
Nusret.
That because I didn't know that's how you said this.
Nusret. Nusret Steakhouse. Nusret is the first name of the internet personality better known as Salt Bae.
Okay.
Salt Bae, you probably have seen online. He's the guy that, the Turkish chef and restaurateur who sprinkles salt off his kind of elbow onto his food, and it just does it extravagant, right?
Extravagant, yes.
He caught fire and his name spread. He's got concepts in New York. He's got concepts all over the place now. He's a restaurateur now to add to his internet fame, and he has one in Las Vegas, this steakhouse, and I'm probably butchering his name, honestly, Nusret. That's what I'm going with, so sorry. But they, along with their normal offerings of like steaks and tomahawk steaks and all those kind of things, they have golden baklava. Okay.
You have to explain what this is.
Yeah, golden baklava, along with a golden tomahawk and golden a lot of other things, right? But these things, so let's start with the golden tomahawk. Actually, I'll come back to the baklava. The golden tomahawk is a bone-in Wagyu ribeye. It's encrusted in 24-karat gold leaf. Okay? Gold leaf is edible. It's tasteless. It's textureless. It's just kind of there for flair. But it's the ones that has made the rounds on all the social media over the last couple of years. People were torn about it. They were split right down the middle. It's over the top. It's too much. It's a waste. Other people were like, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Sign me up for steak covered in gold.
You can get steak anywhere. I want gold steak.
Right.
That sounds that sounds like it's right up my alley. Hey, you know what? It'll only set you back $1,000.
Right.
A golden tomahawk steak. Now, tomahawk, obviously, for most people, it's not going to be for one person.
Yeah.
You're going to split it.
You're going to split that, yeah.
So you and I could go and get a golden tomahawk steak for the low, low price of $500 a piece.
That's a little bit more than I want to pay for some steak. But again, some people may think,
Maybe.
this is my one extravagance when I go to Vegas. I want to do this.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the golden baklava, which is a dessert wrapped in gold leaf. But they actually have on their menu what they call the golden experience. And it's about a dozen different things. Actually, there's more now that I'm looking at it. A dozen different items wrapped in gold leaf.
Yeah.
So you can get pretty much anything wrapped in gold leaf, but the most expensive item is called the Golden Amour. It's a 24 karat gold wrapped, house marinated Wagyu beef cap. It says it's 32 ounces, $1,500. That better be the best thing I have ever eaten and ever will eat in my entire life for $1,500.
Wow.
I can't even wrap my head around paying.
We're
that
not
much.
actually at the restaurant. They're not endorsing or paying for any sponsor or anything. My hands just started sweating.
When you start sweating inside.
Yeah. Take a good look around. We're not coming back to this place, right? Again, some people, it might not be anything. For those that want to experience it but don't want to go that route, they do have a very, very popular $39 lunch special where you could go in any day between 12 and 5:30. You get a $39 lunch. It's kind of a mini experience. You can still take all the pictures. You can still do all that. Do not accidentally order the $1,000 golden tomahawk by like being cute or anything like that. You might regret it.
Right.
You might not, but chances are you will.
Well, and what you were alluding to earlier, if you are looking for a steak but not necessarily covered in gold, there is a new restaurant that's just opened up that inspired by some things you might see on TV.
The new Yellowstone inspired steakhouse is by Taylor Sheridan, the guy who created Yellowstone in 1923 and all those, that whole 1883 and I don't know, 1333. I don't know. There's a lot of them, but the 4 Sixes Ranch and Steakhouse. This is one that has really, really, if you are in and around Vegas, people are talking about it nonstop. It's a pop-up dining experience, which means it won't be around very long, maybe a year or so, but it has all the classic takes on Texas ranching, Texas, steaks and things like that. But it's kind of inspired by Yellowstone and that whole background.
Right.
It is considered an upscale, casual, chic restaurant. Mm-hmm. So you will want to dress appropriately and everything. But you are going to have access to the caviar. Okay, there's a caviar tower that'll only set you back $250.
Did you read what's in this caviar tower though?
No, tater tots.
Yeah,
kettle chips, fried chicken tenders, Texas toast, deviled eggs, parsley, bacon bits, all of that with your caviar.
Yeah, it sounds incredible until you get to the caviar part for me. So I'm like, can we put caviar on your side?
Yeah.
And I'll just take everything else.
But the real star of the show are the prime steaks. Okay. That's your filet mignons, your New York strips, all of those things. They have a ranch boss cut porterhouse, 40-ounce steak.
Wow.
A lot, but not nearly as much as the golden leaf things. Okay. $225.
But a 4 Sixes Ranch also has a Wagyu tomahawk steak.
Yes.
48 ounces. This too is $1,000 tomahawk.
And it's not even covered in gold. It's not even covered in gold.
It is exclusively offered at this location. So that tells me there must be a few other of these restaurants popping up.
Yeah.
But this is the only place you can get the $1,000 tomahawk.
A couple of other places well known for their opulence as well as good food. Joël Robuchon,
Right.
inside MGM Grand. That is French cuisine. Chef Robuchon is widely well known. I think he has something in the neighborhood of 30 Michelin stars credited to his name. It is a little bit expensive. It is opulent and over the top, but it is a full, I think there's something crazy. How many courses in this meal?
I don't remember.
I think it's like 12
it
or
was
16.
a lot. Yeah.
There are so many courses in this meal, and this guy in this restaurant, the chef, they've won everything. The AAA 5 diamonds, the Forbes 5 stars, along with all the Michelin stars. This is an experience that you need to check out at some point if you have them dollar bills, yo. Bring money. That is the Vegas way. Bring money. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you wrote everything down. Jeremy and Amy, Unscaled Travel Show. That's it. I'm hungry. I got to get out of here.